And welcome out here to TIO Stadium for AFL&T's coverage of the Wanderers Palmerston game, and my fellow commentator Stuart Davies.
Welcome, Gray. Looking forward to this game. It'll be a close contest, you would think, as Wanderers with the first clearance, and it was Nathan Arbin who cleared it down. They've got a clear run at the goal here, and a goal in the opening seconds of the game to Jerome Motlop. Just Palmerston didn't touch the ball really, and Wanderers just took it straight down the middle of the ground, and Motlop, easiest of goals from about a metre out, Gray.
Yes, I'd say the Palmerston Magpies were still in the change rooms, I think, and Wanderers went straight down, and Jerome Motlop taking advantage. Yes, a goal on the board after how many seconds? About half a minute. Well,
we're ticking up 40-odd seconds now, and that was 20 seconds ago when the goal was scored at least, so the ideal start.
Very good start for Wanderers, who have lost a few players from last season, so it'd be interesting to have a look at them as of the Palmerston Magpies.
Yeah, that's right. No doubt both sides have got players to come in during the season, but yeah, interesting one here as the bounce goes up. Reaching over the top was Kane Fuller, got his hand to it, but again it was Arbin who won the clearance for Wanderers. Quick kick forward by Austin Smith, but chopped off across half-back by Palmerston. They're trying to work the ball out through the hands, and now quick kick out by Levi Grigg. Gets it down to the front edge of the centre square. Waylon Davey overran it. The big fella Driscoll got the hand pass out, and now a kick inboard. Palmerston inside forward 50 for the first time, but Mitch Taylor, ever reliable, just read the play well there, backed himself, came out to meet the ball, and delivered nicely to Ryan McMurray at half-back. He drills the ball along the wing through the hands there, and Wanderers the opportunity to go forward again as just working through the traffic with the hands. Might be one too many. No, he's got it out wide into space, but just couldn't take it cleanly out there was Marley King, and his kick just falls short of his intended target, and Philip Wills hacks it off the ground and gives Palmerston the chance to go forward now as the kick comes inside forward 50 out on the lead. The mark's spilt there, and Wanderers come in and tidy up Tottenham. Just swings it out wide close to the boundary line. In fact, it goes over the boundary line on the full.
Out on the full, yeah. So the game has started at a fast pace, and Palmerston looking to bounce back from that early goal to Wanderers, but no success as of yet.
So Lampton's kick in found Hams on the bounce. He switches into the centre of the ground where Ryan Wharf takes the ball, tries to deliver to half forward, but well read across half back by McMurray once again. He switches out wide to Arbin, who's been prominent early with a few touches.
He has, hasn't he?
And he goes out wide now looking for Matthew Motlop. And Motlop again trying to go around the boundary line, again floats it over. So Wanderers kicking into the breeze in this quarter. Gray looks a reasonably stiff sort of breeze as well by the flags over by the scoreboard.
No, you're right. The wind has certainly increased since about the third quarter of the last game.
So Palmerston just switching it round the back now, getting it to the grandstand side of the ground. Jonty Patrick. His kick's just a little wide-eyed. A terrific effort there to keep the ball in play by Clay Shadforth. And Palmerston through the hands again. Patrick gets it over to Fuller. Kane Fuller on the left, misses his target. It's out close to the boundary line, and still in. Braden McLean had the smarts there to let his opponent run over the top of it, but eventually it goes out of bounds anyway. Right in front of us here in the Michael Long grandstand, Michael Norris Rioli grandstand.
Oh,
Michael Long centre down there.
Yes, and some new leaders at both clubs too, I see. Mitchell Taylor, the new captain of Wanderers.
Yeah, that's terrific. He's been a great leader for them for a while now, and now got the official role as captain.
Yeah.
Arbin in there again, battling for the ball, lays the tackle on Bailey Young, but it's going to be a ball up close to the boundary line again. The surface is looking good, Gray.
It is a very, very good surface you expect in the dry season. Maybe a bit hard. Yeah. But you'd expect that after a long dry season.
Yeah, that's right. So Arbin again with another touch, gets the hand pass out, this time to Daniel Fuller, and he kicks down towards half forward mark. Not quite taken there. Motlop with a quick hand pass, looking for King. He gets it over to Braden McLean. He kicks long towards goal. It's going to bounce just inside the goal line and through for a goal for Wanderers again. So Wanderers capitalising on their opportunities as Palmerston had it in their forward half, weren't able to score. And that's a clinical finish there. And Braden McLean down in the forward half. Unusual, Gray.
Very unusual. Of course, he went down there with his opponent, but when he had the opportunity, he lined it up and steered it through. Very good goal by Braden McLean, the former skipper.
Yeah, long-time skipper. And interesting fact, Gray, is that Daniel Fuller and Kane Fuller are brothers, and they're on opposing sides today.
Ooh, it might be interesting when there's a marking contest.
So from the ball up. Again, it was Kane Fuller reaching over the top, got his fist to it, but Arvin again gets his hands on the ball first in the centre square. Gets it over to Cullinan with a quick kick forward, and nicely marked there by Matthew Young, who was quick with the hand pass. And Wanderers going forward again. Ryan Wharf back there just paddles along in front of himself, now receives the hand pass and clears for Palmerston around the outer side of the ground. But getting across there first for Wanderers was Petullo. His hand pass didn't hit a target, and now it's the opportunity for Shadforth for Palmerston. He just dribbles one inside to Lucas Edmonds. He goes long. Here's an opportunity for Palmerston. Just kicked it to the fat side out in front, gave his teammate the opportunity to run onto it, and the mark taken out in front by Josh Petullo.
Yes, sometimes when you play from behind, the kick coming down can benefit you. That's exactly what happened here with, as you said, Mr. Petullo.
So he'll be kicking from only 15 or 20 metres, not much of an angle. And the wind behind him, no problem whatsoever, straight through the middle. So Palmerston on the board for the first time in the season.
Yes, they worked that well too, right from the back line from young Ryan Wharf over there on the scoreboard wing. Brought it down the left side and centred it, and there was Petullo, who, as I said, took advantage of probably the wobbly ball with that breeze a little bit too, and took an easy mark. Yeah,
a bit of homework on Petullo. He's from the Gippsland area, but he's played a bit of footy with Sturt in the SANFL and also Footscray in the VFL. So
all right,
there's a bit of talent, obviously, and a bit of experience behind him. So he'll be a good target for Palmerston up forward.
Yes, and as the year goes on, be even better. Although if you just come off a season down south, you think he'd be ready to go now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's right. So from the bounce, hit out's won by Fuller again for Palmerston. Running onto it down there was Edmonds, who just got worried out of it when he tried to kick forward and the ball spilt free. Oh, good work there by Patrick. In fact, it's illegal Shepherd, and it's going to be a Wanderers free kick. And Sam Davidson looking for the player on the lead out wide, but the Palmerston defenders have worked back, and a nice intercept mark taken as they try to work it around the outer side of the ground. Just short kicks hitting targets, and again around getting up towards the wing, and a nice contested mark taken by Bailey Young out there. Young looking inboard, but there's not much there for him, so goes direct down towards centre half forward. Ball over the top of the players setting themselves for the mark, and Mitch Taylor just bounced off his shin almost straight up in the air and found a teammate. So
highly unusual, but it worked.
Yeah, a bit of reaction work there, and the mark taken by Cullinan. He goes wide, but Palmerston defenders applying the pressure as Lua tried to find a teammate running past, just missed him with the hand pass, and eventually the ball's forced over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Yes, Wanderers forcing the ball wide to go into that breeze, but Palmerston's starting to find a bit of the football now, Stewie.
Yeah, they are. They've looked a bit better the last few minutes of the game, a bit more settled, I think, as from the boundary throw-in. First hands on it was Edmonds for Palmerston, but he got wrapped up in the tackle, and it'll be a ball up. Kane Fuller up high, wins the hit out down in front of his teammate there, Keane. He couldn't control the ball, and again it's out of bounds on the outer wing. So just a bit of stop-start here at the moment. Can't break the ball clear from the pack of players over there as the boundary throwing comes in. Again, at ground level it was Edmonds for Palmerston, but his hand pass found an opponent, and the kick out went to a marking contest but punched over the boundary line again. So
both sides look very evenly matched in terms of size and everything else, so it should be a reasonably close match, this.
So from the throwing use of the body there by Cullinan, got rid of his opponent, but it's Palmerston with the chance to go forward. Davey gets involved or tries to weave through some traffic and gets wrapped up, and I think he'll be penalised there. Had opportunity to get rid of the ball, tried to take on the tackler and got caught. That was a good tackle down there, and just a switch kick out wide. That's right, it was Austin Smith.
Yes, as I said, they look very evenly matched, and they're both playing the same type of game, the running game, so it'll either be a high-scoring match, Stewie, or a real slog.
Yeah, it's a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment as the ball finds its way inside Wanderers forward 50 line. That's a dangerous kicker into the corridor across goal, but Palmerston have got some numbers there. The chip kick comes out and the mark's been paid, only just the distance I would have thought, but Bailey Young takes the mark and hands off, and now that's attacking the player rather than the ball from Tottenham, and a Palmerston free kick to Rust. Lucas Rust looking down close to the boundary line, looking for Davey here, but the ball slips over the back as Austin Smith put plenty of pressure on Davey and off the hands and over the boundary line.
Yes, a windy, swirly type of game this too, isn't it, with the breeze.
So good work by Big Driscoll there, just got rid of his opponent, won the hit out. Davey at ground level, a long hand pass forward. If the ball sits, there's an opportunity here for Keane. He controls it now, kicks inside forward 50. From the marking contest, the ball's punched forward. Arbin again gets another hand pass forward. There's plenty of Palmerston defenders around as Wanderers try to work it out, but eventually they get it in the hands and the kick comes out. Arbin once again gets the kick out, and Tottenham with good hands across there to Clee, and McMurray finds Shane Thorne out on the lead. He looked like he was going to honour the lead of Brenton Motlop there, but changed his mind and he's gone inboard. Ball's punched away, and Wanderers again with their hands on the ball, but just not taking it cleanly at the moment. Tottenham does now, and now he goes looking for Motlop. Motlop takes the mark. He plays on as he runs around off the mark, chips the ball in towards half forward. Wanderers have got the numbers here as the ball comes back to Fijo. Keelan Fijo with a short pass finds a teammate, and that was pretty good use of the ball in the end.
Yes, he organised that pretty well. He could have blasted away, but he saw a teammate in a much better position and just eased it onto his chest. And the player himself lining up is number 9. Yeah,
Tyson White. He's come up through the juniors at Wanderers Grey from their under-18 side last year, and he's a pretty good size of a player for a young fella, and it was pretty impressive in the under-18 competition last year. Played a couple of Premier League games as well, so he's ready for the step up to the big time permanently. Kicks on the way, just leaned back on it a bit, but I think it's okay. Has just snuck it in that right-hand goal post. Yes, he has. And
very nice kick.
Celebrate, yeah. So a good finish from White, and after Palmerston had a fair bit of the ball in their forward half, Wanderers have taken it up the other end, and as we said, they've been a bit more efficient going forward.
Now, a nice kick there by White. He lined it up. He took his time too, Stewie, which you have to do. And into a fair breeze.
Yeah, that's right. It was no gimme, that's for sure. So we're 14 minutes just gone in the first quarter, and Wanderers with those 3 goals, and Palmerston 1 at this stage. So ready for the restart as it's Driscoll doing the ruck work for Palmerston this time. Gets a double-handed tap down, but Wanderers first onto the ball. McLean gets a hand pass inboard. looking there for Smith. Smith's wrapped up by a couple of Palmerston opponents, and it'll be a ball up once again. Looks like Braden McLean might be starting off that outer wing at these ball ups, so a new role for him perhaps.
That's right, he's been a half-back flanker for a long time.
So Palmerston with the clearance, get it down inside their forward 50, picked up by Taylor. He swings the ball into the corridor, but Wanderers with the numbers there as Ankin Lewis tried to control it. Slipped out of his hands as he was tackled. Oh, a nice little flick over the shoulder there to the advantage of Lewis, but Palmerston have closed on him. Oh, stolen through the middle there by Matthew Young. He kicks the ball down inside forward 50. A strong contest, one-on-one, and now Ryan Wharf at Palmerston gets a hand pass out, but to no one there. 3 Wanderers players is who it's favoured, and now the hand pass comes over the top, snap around the corner, and it's another goal, and it's Tyson White once again, so 2 in a row for him. This time a snapshot, just got himself in the right position to receive, and yeah, Ryan Wharf under pressure there, just handballed out in a bit of paddock into the path of 3 Wanderers players, and gave his teammates no chance really.
And a very nice goal there by White too. He hooked that on goal from a reasonable angle, but it went straight through the middle. Yes, some good forward play there by Wanderers. They used each other, and it's resulted in another 6 Wanderers. That's 4 goals straight. 4
goals into the breeze, and yeah, the coach Aaron Motlop will be pretty happy with their start for the season, you would think. So from the restart, Driscoll again reaches over the top, taps it down into the path of Philip Wills. He goes long, down to full forward. Mitchell Taylor in front, double fists it away towards the boundary line. Hooked back in by Patullo, almost to the goal square, but it's rushed through from behind. Mitchell Taylor wastes no time bringing it back into play and kicks out wide to Joel Cabillo. Cabillo running around the outer side, bouncing the ball. Hand passes over the top now, and McLean out there playing the wing role, chips the ball in, beautiful delivery to Davidson. Davidson plays on quickly to the outer side, just gave that a bit too much elevation, allowed Kane Fuller to come in and get the fist to it, and it's forced over the boundary line for a throw in.
And just on that, Stuart, you're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 23-24 NTFL season, TIO NTFL season, and we're live from TIO Stadium in Darwin.
And it's TIO round, of course, round 1 of the season, but taken out of the ruck contest there, I think, by someone other than the nominated ruckman, who is Philip Wills.
Oh, okay.
You would think that he would not very often be the nominated ruckman, Gray.
No, that's one position he hadn't played all that much.
So Wanderers.
Got the bright orange boots on, I see.
Yeah, that's right. McLean on the left this time, and that's a good kick and a good mark taken by Keelan Fijo. Right on the paint of 50 on the outer side there.
He's found the football early in the game too, young Keelan.
Yep.
One of the famous Fijo family. Gone short.
Has gone short. It was always, the distance was always going to test him into this breeze, and a good option to pass off there to Daniel Clee. He's a little bit closer, but hand passes off to McLean, comes running from behind, switches back onto the left foot, looking to deliver inside forward 50, but well read down there by Ashton Hams, and he takes the intercept mark out in front of Shane Thorne, and now just slowing things down as he looks for the right option to come out of defence, decides to go short, and finds his teammate Bailey Young. Young plays on quickly, and Palmerston just working the ball out, but again missed the target, allows Wanderers to come in. Motlop gets the hand passes, he's tackled, and now Waylon Davey gets on the end of one here, has a bounce, kicks long down towards half forward. It's a one-on-one contest over the back. Here's a chance for Patullo again, swings around, bounces it, dribbles it through. That's a terrific finish on the right foot from deep in the forward pocket. He had no time to think about it. Mitchell Taylor was closing on him and got it on the boot and controlled it beautifully along the ground and through for a goal.
Yes, and it all started from the run from half-back. Young Davey, Waylon Davey, got hold of the ball and went long over the back, and there was Patullo, who did a very good job, Stewie, with the ball in the end. Fantastic,
and yeah, you mentioned Davey there, just was prepared to back himself, wasn't he? To take the ball and tuck it under the arm, have a bounce, and just make some ground and make things happen in front of him. So terrific work there.
A very handy goal for the Magpies too, who have found the Wanderers guys are very quick, and then Wanderers using the ball well as well. So it's still an even contest. And we're how many minutes gone now? 20?
Yeah, just approaching time on. So it's Palmerston with the clearance. Oh, nicely marked there, just plucked out of the air. Austin Smith going backwards with the flight of the ball, chips out wide to the advantage of Clee. He picks the ball up now, swings it around to Totham. He's found some space on the outer wing, and he takes the mark in front of the big TIO logo out on the outer side of the ground. He drills the ball in short, and Wanderers just looking to control the ball here as the kick comes in, and the mark taken by Davidson just forward of centre wing on the outer side. It was Arben who delivered to him, and he's had plenty of the ball, as we said before. Yeah, he kicks wide now, and that's good defensive work out in front. Getting his hands to the ball was Cale Cossack, but just knocked away from him and over the boundary line.
How much info have we got on Austin Smith? Is he local or?
He's from Country Victoria, Eastern Football League. Right. He's from Murrelbark, actually.
Right.
Gray.
He's been fairly obvious out there.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a role perhaps on Waylon Davey, but he's looked good when he's had the ball in hand.
Yeah,
so there's a free kick here going Wanderers' way, and it's going to be Matthew Young.
So Wanderers leading by 12 points. Or is it more than that?
It's 11, I think.
11, sorry. My mathematics.
So Young has got the ball in the right place now, kicks long towards goal. That's a decent kick to the goal square over the back. Oh, just read off hands by Clee beautifully, and he bangs through another one for Wanderers, and yeah, just a bit lax in defence. Palmerston there allowed the ball to get through the hands, and Clee had a bit of space inside the goal square, and he slammed it through with no one in front of him. So Daniel Clee, an opportunist goal there, and he's running off for a break now as he's replaced on the ground by Tyson White.
He becomes the fourth goal kicker for Wanderers this quarter. So they've obviously shared them around.
Yeah, good start for Wanderers. 5 goals in the first quarter. The mail on them pre-season wasn't promising, Gray, but they've come out a lot better than that. It sounded like they were going to be able to.
Yes, it was all doom and gloom there for a while, but they've turned around very quickly.
So the restart here, the two big fellas, no one can get a clear hand to it. Smith's in the middle now and gets the clearance, cleverly punched over the top, but plenty of pressure on again. And there's a free kick there. It's a Palmerston free kick, and it'll be Hams who'll take that free kick just at the back edge of the centre square as Palmerston kicking towards the airport end of the ground in this first quarter, and they haven't taken advantage of the breeze behind their back so much this quarter. But Lambton comes out wide here. Wanderers again, first hands on the ball. Smith, hand pass is in ball. Yeah. Arben again gets the hand pass over the top and runs back to receive back. He does now, and now drills the ball inside forward 50, just going a bit too wide out there for White, but he does pretty well to get to the ball, hooks it back towards the goal square. It's bouncing towards goal, but desperate defence down there sees it rush through for the first minor score for Wanderers of the game.
Yes, they're certainly enthusiastic, the Eagles. They're almost like they have to prove something to the fans.
Hams brings it in. It's a good kick. Finds Jonty Patrick at half-back. And Patrick, not many options in front of him as he waits for things to break. Eventually it opens up and he's able to kick short to Driscoll. Driscoll drills one short as well, and picked up down here and slammed forward, but it's all Wanderers behind the ball as Daniel Fuller takes the mark. He's looking to switch now, but that option gets closed off and chips into the middle again, where Arben racks up another possession, kicks wide to the outer wing. It's up in the air in the sun, but well controlled in the end by Jones Cabillo. But under pressure, he's coughed it up to Bailey Young, who chips the ball inside to Wills. Philip Wills short again to Lampton. Lampton's got something wide. He ignores that and goes inboard. And now's the chance for Palmerston inside forward 50. Mitchell Taylor in front just gets shoved underneath it down there by Patullo, and then comes in and lays a tackle, but the tackle's too high, and it's going to be a Palmerston free kick, and probably it's going to be a shot at goal after the siren to Waylon Davey, and probably one that they would need to get, Gray, to just to keep that margin manageable.
Certainly be a handy one. A fortunate free kick in a way, because Davey was going to ground when Taylor grabbed him, but that's the way Aussie rules goes. As you said, a very important kick this.
Not much of a run up, but he's kicked the ball pretty solidly, hasn't he? Straight through the middle. That's a beautiful finish. So a very handy goal after the siren for Palmerston, and keeps them well within touch.
So it's quarter time here at TIO Stadium in the Palmerston Wanderers game. Wanderers lead by
2 goals.
12 points, is it? Yes.
Yep.
And we'll be back very shortly at Marara for this round 1 game.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro, or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge, or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Territorians go a long way for one another.
So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away.
Get a quote today.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Oh, just punch forward. Here's a chance at ground level, hooked over the shoulder. It looks pretty good. Just across the face of goal there by Edmonds, and eventually it's bounced over the boundary line next to the behind post.
And you're watching, don't forget, you're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 23-24 NTFL season, TIO NTFL season, and we're from TIO Stadium on TIO round, Stewie.
That's right, round 1 of the season. So from that boundary throw-in, Wanderers with an opportunity to clear out of defence. They've done well through the hands. The kick comes in, or plenty of Palmerston players as Wolf comes through strongly, just forces it forward. Clee behind, gets tackled from behind by Davey. Wolf on top of it again, swings around. He's caught with the ball there, given plenty of time to get rid of it. Eventually, the umpire said, I've given you enough time, and it's going to be a Wanderers free kick to Nathan Arbin once again. He chips in short to Austin Smith, and Smith looks like he'll chip it back out wide to Arbin. as Wolf comes in quickly to stand the mark, and Wanderers just taking a bit of time out of the clock now. He goes short to Smith again. That's just fallen short and put him under pressure. Gets a hand pass over the top. Oh, a bit of a swinging arm there. Caught the Wanderers player Sam Davidson high, and he'll get the free kick. They've got 3 players standing in a cluster down here by the boundary line about 15 metres away. He goes short, but Jonty Patrick's read this one best, works to the front and takes the intercept mark. He switches the ball inboard and finds his teammate Edmonds, who's got a player running out wide in some space. It's Yule again, spills the mark this time, but chips the ball in looking for Wills in the centre of the ground, and Wills takes the ball in the hands out in front. He goes wide to the outer side where Shadforth takes the mark. He's got a running player on the outside, gives that one to Young out there. Young runs inside 50, kicks long towards goal, and just missed to the right-hand side, through for a behind.
Only just missed it because they've done everything right then. They used each other going down the wing, but unfortunately the shot for goal was wide.
Mitchell Taylor brings it back in and running forward. Motlop running onto this one now. Matthew Motlop just swings back around, didn't have much that he liked going forward, so he's gone 30 metres backwards to try to set up the next forward move. The ball comes back to Motlop on the outer side of the ground, and Arbin running hard on the lead there is ignored. The ball's chipped inboard and marked by Ankin Lewis, and he just settles things once again now, looking to go outer side. Oh, early leap and hands in the back, and free kick's been paid.
Yes, a blatant free kick then, and attempt to mark that didn't succeed. As we go into time on here, Stewie.
Yep, Hams doing the general work from defence, gives it to Patrick. Patrick switches the ball across to Cossack. Cossack short to Yule. He's got a runner out wide and sees him now and switches that way to Lure. In fact, Shadforth got in front and out in front on the lead. Brandon McConnell takes a good mark. Riley Lure runs forward for him again, but McConnell chips the ball inboard to Edmonds. And now out to Patrick. They're just chipping it around, and this one gets over the top to Taylor. He evades a couple of opponents, kicks in. Mitchell Taylor gets his hands to the ball, but over the back, the hand pass comes into the goal square, and it's another goal for Palmerston. And it was Patullo who got the hand pass across to Driscoll Gray, and just can't keep Patullo out of the game when the ball goes forward for Palmerston.
Exactly. He's a genuine forward target for the Magpie. He did very well, and he sized up the situation, saw a teammate in the goal square and just over the top. Quite simple, really, and they're back to within, 11 points?
Yeah, that's right. And
so Wanderers will be a bit disappointed with all that. They'd worked hard.
Yeah, the big fella Driscoll's been pretty impressive too, Gray.
Yes.
Not just doing the aerial work, he's getting around the ground, got on the end of that hand pass, so doing a good job for Palmerston as he lines up at centre half forward for the restart.
Yes, no, he has done very well. He's a big lump of a lad too. It's always good to have someone with size who can run.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he is.
Fuller reaches over the top, slaps it forward for Palmerston to try and get them rolling forward. At ground level, it was Keane that was caught with the ball by Clee, and it will be a ball up once again just forward of centre for Palmerston. Fuller thumps it forward again, but well read across the back by Clee for Wanderers. He gets a hand pass out to Smith. That's a beautiful pass going forward.
He's been very good, isn't he?
He has, finds his teammate Marley King, but again, delivery not the best, and Patrick gets a hand pass over the top to Shadforth. He runs away with the bounce, hand passes out wide. Here's a chance for Palmerston going inside 50 again. Clever work to bring the ball back, and again there's a kick on the mark on the siren, and Lucas Russ this time, and he's a bit further out than Waylon Davey was at the other end. I think this distance might test him, Gray.
Yes, but amazing, isn't it? Palmerston having shots for goal after the siren in the first and second quarters. But you're right, he'd be right on 50 when he kicks, wouldn't he, you'd think?
Yeah, that's right. Can't run around, of course.
No. No,
Yep.
tried to kick the outside cover off.
Yeah, had to be his absolute best, didn't it? So that's the end of the quarter, Gray.
That's it. It's half-time here at TIO Stadium, where Wanderers lead by 11 points, 7-2-44 to 5-3-33. We'll be back shortly with best players and goal kickers.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Territorians go a long way for one another.
So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away.
Get a quote today.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
And welcome back here to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the round 1 game between the Palmerston Magpies and Wanderers, where Wanderers hold the upper hand at half-time. They're actually 11 points in front of Palmerston, but my fellow commentator Dewey Davey, can you see the Magpies making an impression in the second half?
Yeah, well, they're not getting out of touch, are they? They're just doing enough to stay within range, and they've got some talent in their side. You know, we talked about Patullo up forward, who's a dangerous player, and Bailey Young's had a bit of the ball, and Waylon Davey is dangerous as well. I've liked the game of Lucas Edmonds as well. So they've got enough players to keep themselves in the game, and it could go either way from here, as Fuller, who's been pretty good in the ruck as well, getting his hand to the ball. He's in the ruck contest for the first time, but it's caught up underneath. But again, Fuller up high, but he's just worked under the ball this time. Arbin gets a toe poke off the ground, trying to force it forward for Wanderers. It spills out to grandstand side as Shadforth paddles it along in front, but Totham comes in and takes it away from him, chips in short, but a good intercept mark taken down here for Palmerston by Cale Cossack. He looked to go inboard, but then that option closed up on him. Hand passes to Wills instead, then gets it back. Hand passes over the top to Shadforth. Ducks around his opponent and now kicks long down towards half forward. The ball spills over the back.
Whoops.
Oh, the ball just through the hands there. And now a chance for Palmerston. It's Patullo again, who kicks it high towards the goal square. The big fella Driscoll down there, who's had a pretty good game as well, just got worried out of it by Mitchell Taylor, and the goal umpire says that one's hit the behind post, so it'll be a throw in.
Yes, there's no doubt about Patullo. He has become the main target up forward for Maggies, and he normally gets his hands around it too. Josh Patullo, isn't it?
Yep. So he's doing the ruck work now as it slips over the back. Here's a chance for Palmerston early in the quarter. Hooks around the corner, but Mitch Taylor, experienced again, just got himself in the way, as it was the Justin Taylor kick that came in, but Mitch Taylor got a hand to it and forced it over for a behind, as Ryan McMurray takes the mark at half back, and now looking to chip inboard to Smith. Austin Smith has been one of, if not the best for Wanderers today so far, and comes in and lays a fantastic tackle there on young Davey, and it'll be a stalemate and a ball up.
No, you're right, he's a man on young Davey. He's watched him all game and been very good. There's Austin Smith.
Fuller over the top, wins the hit out. Hand pass comes inboard to Cossack. Cossack over the top, looking there for Edmonds, but just out of his reach. A toe poke forward, and Clee pats it forward again for Wanderers. Hams tidying up at the back as he has done all day. Gets the hand pass to Lampton. Lampton sees a player on the lead. It's a beautiful pass and a good mark in the hands, and they move it on quickly, and Edmonds has found himself some space inside forward 50, and he's just grown as the game's gone on, I reckon, Gray, just getting around the ball, getting plenty of it now.
He's elusive as well, and I think that's the message from the coach of the Magpies, that young Josh Heath at half-time would have get that ball in there quickly, because you've got someone like Patullo and Edmund who can kick goals, get the ball in quickly, so they're one out with their opponents. In fact, on that occasion, Edmund was on his own.
Yep. Kicks on the way, looks good. Goal umpire has not moved. That's straight through the middle, so a terrific finish, and Palmerston get themselves within a goal early in this third quarter.
Yes, they've certainly come out of the blocks in this third term. Maybe a bit of a few words from the coach, still ringing in their ears, perhaps. So that brings them to within a goal, doesn't it?
Yeah, 4 points.
Yeah.
So, and the lead was out to as much as 3 goals in that second quarter, but Palmerston has just kept toiling away, and yeah, they look like they could almost go on with the job here, as this is an interesting ruck contest. It's the two Fullers, I think, and
Was the brothers?
yeah, the older one won the hit out. Daniel Fuller got it down, and Wanderers have got it forward. Fuller's run forward. He's on the end of the hand pass from Motlop here. Gets the ball at half forward, drills the pass in. It's a beautiful pass, and he's found Tyson White again out on the lead. So Tyson White, the young fella just out of the under-18s, got a bit of forward craft there, led at the perfect time, and the pass was sensational.
right on the chest one that he could not have dropped it, you wouldn't have thought.
Well, certainly the defender couldn't get a hand to it, that's for sure.
But now he has to kick it, Stewie. It's about, what, 35 metres out on an angle?
Yeah, he's got a couple already. One from a set shot, one from a snap in the first quarter. And, just missed.
That's it, just swerved towards the end. It looked like the goal umpire was going to go straight over the head.
Did look that way, but just the behind, and so it's going to be Hams for Palmerston to bring the ball back in. He's out of the square now, called to play on, goes grandstand side, chips the ball. That's a beautiful pass. Just Edmonds found a little bit of space and Hams hit him on the lead, and now Edmonds bringing the ball around the wing grandstand side. Taylor in the marking contest does the work at ground level as well. Got thrown out of the contest. Play on's the call as at ground level. Wanderers working hard. And pass backwards by Jones Cabillo, but Wanderers just trying to work the ball around the grandstand side. A kick inside by Marley King was chopped off by Kane Fuller, or he's gone inboard. Fortunately, the ball's got over the top. Ryan Wharf hand passes over his shoulder to Philip Wills. Wills swings around and kicks high down towards centre half forward. Use of the hands there to get rid of his opponent, and the free kick's been paid to Ryan McMurray for Wanderers. He chips sideways and backwards to Braden McLean on the outer side of the ground. There's plenty of numbers in front of him. He picks a loose on the outer side, and Wanderers a chance to just settle things down. It's Arbin again out there with the ball. He now goes long around the outer wing. Ball spills forward from that marking contest, and Wills caught with the ball, got a hand pass out. Now it's Fuller gets a hand pass to Smith. Smith on the left this time, kicks down towards centre half forward. It bounces in space. Running onto it down there was Parry for Palmerston. Got the hand pass to just missed his opponent, but Palmerston got the numbers to work it out of defence, and Kane Fuller now a wobbling kick forward. Braden McLean's going to scoop this one up. Gets a hand pass inboard to McMurray. He goes by hand, but his opponent, his teammate, was under plenty of pressure, and Palmerston have turned this over again as Lampton on the left chips the ball back in towards half forward. Edmonds couldn't hold on to the mark, and the ball spills free now, and Fuller for Wanderers kicks out wide. In fact, it was Young for Wanderers, kicked out wide, and now they're just paddling the ball forward. It's come straight off the boot and over the boundary line, and that's going to be called a deliberate out of bounds, and
yes, definitely is.
And then the kick has gone out of bounds on the full. So
and here they come again, but gee, hasn't Ashton Ham's been good back there? Very
yeah.
With hand and foot, and also intercept marks, been very good for the Maggies. As the lights go out in our studio here, Stuart.
They have. Oh. Not permanently, thankfully, so we can see again as Palmerston working the ball at the outer side of the ground. Ryan Wharf caught with the ball out there. Strong tackle from behind, and Jerome Motlop it was. The advantage was paid, but Palmerston have chopped it off in the back half, and now running the ball out of defence. Shadforth takes the mark out here in front of Motlop. He chips short, and through the hands the ball comes to Davey. Davey looking to hand pass over the top. He does now, and kick forward by Grigg, and a good strong mark in front by Justin Taylor. He plays on outside the boundary line, and it's going to be a boundary throw in Gray.
Yes, that brings back memories of one of the Geelong players during the season.
Yeah, I remember it well.
He got a handball outside the boundary line and kicked the goal line.
That's right.
So yes, he was most definitely out of bounds. Well, then as well.
Yeah. So boundary throw, and it's just thumped forward, but Taylor's going to be first there for Palmerston. Hands it off to Keane. Keane chips it in towards centre half forward. The Wanderers are there in numbers, and it's going to be a free kick. Advantage is paid up, and just dangles one on the end of his fingers, takes a one-handed mark, and slows things down. He chips short to McMurray round the boundary line at halfback. Murray goes inboard. It's a good pass and a good mark taken by Marley King. There's just a bit of toing and froing there, but King will come back and now kicks all the way back to Mitchell Taylor just outside the goal square. He's calling for players to run on the outer side. There's not much deeper, and goes short and finds his teammate Ankin Lewis, who switches back to the near side, back to King again, and King takes the mark.
Yeah, they're going sideways, aren't they, Wanderers?
They are. They've gone for the long option now here, looking for Fuller, and that's a good kick, and Fuller takes the mark. He chips inboard now to Arbin. Arbin's got King running for him, but he ignores that, kicks into the centre square instead, and the mark taken by Jones Cabillo, who hand passes off to King running for him, and that's a good pass inside, finds Matthew Young.
Yes, so they just took their time then, rather than rush things, and found teammates unmarked, and this guy lining up now for a very important goal for Wanderers. They've been on the back foot since its third quarter started. Yeah,
Matthew Young is he's up from Mount Lawley in the Perth Footy League, Gray. So see what he's like on the set shot here. As kicks on the way, it looks like that's fading across the face of goal as well, and through for another behind.
Bad miss, really. He was well within range, but for some reason got the inside of his boot. He's hooked it to the left, didn't he?
Yeah, Dylan Wise took that mark, but then made a mess of that and gives Wanderers another chance here. A snapshot for goal coming in, and just too much on it by Sam Davidson. Just pulled it to the left and had a bit more time than he might have thought, and could have straightened up and kicked straight at goal, but he's missed that one to the near side, so we'll let off for Palmerston there as Hams again bringing the ball back in, and chips it out wide to Wharf in the back pocket, out in front of Shane Thorne. So
yeah, it's one thing about Ashton Hams, he never rushes anything, does he? He's very well organised back there.
So Wharf long, Driscoll comes in, spilt the mark off the chest but recovered, got his kick forward. Taylor down here doing the heavy work, but Arbin puts his nose over the ball, picks it up, swings around now on the left, but just got a bit of pressure on him as he kicked, and allowed Wise to come in for Palmerston and tidy up. They get it forward. Here's a chance for Davey running off now. Oh, he goes for the kick off the outside of the boot under pressure from Ryan McMurray there, and just missed it to the right-hand side. Just should have run with the drop punt, I would have thought, Gray.
Yes, well done by young McMurray, though. He persevered and, as you said, put pressure on him just enough.
So round the outer side, Keelan Fijo kicks in short, and now the ball inboard. Daniel Clee gathers and hand passes forward. Hams makes a rare mistake overrunning that one. Braden McLean running onto this one, kicks long towards goal. Almost hooked in there by Young. He's recovered well though, swings around and kicks the goal for Wanderers, and almost took the one-hander, but maintained his composure against a couple of Palmerston opponents and swung around and kicked the goal from about 10 metres out.
Makes up for the one he missed from the other side. So all of a sudden that stretches their lead out to 12 points, and a nice goal by Young, but good work from Wanderers right from the back line. You could probably go back to young Ryan McMurray and Davey.
That's right.
Davey running on open goal, but Davey wouldn't let him get away, and it's resulted in the goal to Wanderers. So you never give up.
Yeah, and at the end of it, it was Braden McLean with that penetrating kick in towards the goal line, wasn't it?
He's been very good all day too, Braden.
Yeah, he's switched around. He's back forward again now, so they're just using him in a bit of a utility role on the wing from the half-back line, and now up at half-forward. So he's been an effective player, as he always is.
He's been a good player for a lot of years, Braden.
Yep. So Driscoll wins a hit out, but Smith at ground level tidies up for Wanderers. He kicks straight down the ground, but it's chopped off. And Grigg kicks the ball out towards half-forward. Running back for Wanderers was Joel Cabillo, who hacked it forward, but now the ball's caught up underneath with Totham and Edmonds doing battle and a stalemate. So a ball up, reaching over the top was Patullo, but it's Wanderers who bring it away, and Shane Thorne takes a mark in the centre of the ground. He goes with the looping hand pass over the top to Cullen, and Cullen's kick into space at half forward. Ryan Wolf's going to be first there for Palmerston. Takes the ball and charges forward. Now kicks long, but he's kicked it straight to his Wanderers opponent, and they chip it around. Smith goes out wide to McMurray out there. McMurray, he's kicked to the player in front of him, and now it's Palmerston with a chance as McConnell got a quick kick forward but was caught with the ball, and now the hand pass over the top. Austin Smith a chance now if he can find some space. Tries to drill the pass but again misses the target. Just a little bit up and untidy from both sides at the moment as a strong tackle's laid there by Motlop, but eventually Grigg manages to break free and kicks out wide, and now Palmerston trying to settle the ball and use it.
Yes, the umpires haven't missed much, that's for sure, as far as high tackles go.
So Young from right on 50 kicks into the goal square but drops short. All the marks spilt down there. There's a chance. I think that's Shane Thorne's kicked it off the ground. It is. And it's a Wanderers goal, an opportunistic goal as the mark was spilt in defence and just fell to the ground, and Shane Thorne threw his left boot at it and got it through for his first goal of the game.
Yes, what looked an easy mark there for the Palmerston Magpies on the chest. He preferred to take it with two hands, dropped it, and Shane Thorne was in there like an opportunist goal kicker should be. And they'll stretch the lead now. Stewie out to 18 points.
Yeah, it just looked like Palmerston a few minutes ago were on the charge back and about to take the lead, but Wanderers have steadied here with the last couple of goals.
And Thorne becomes Wanderers' 8th goal kicker. So they've definitely shared it around.
8 out of the 9, yeah. Only the young fella Tyson White with two, yeah.
What's the hold up here?
Still trying to get that again. So it must be almost time to pay a free kick for it.
Yeah.
So Petula doing the ruck work now for Palmerston as they burrow in at ground level. Austin Smith there, of course. He picks it up now and drives the ball forward.
Has been terrific, isn't he, Smith?
He has.
What's happened?
But there's a free kick. Hit back in the centre of the ground. It's going Palmerston's way, and it's going to be Bailey Young to take that free kick. He hand passes backwards, in fact, to Hams. Hams drills the pass here and hits Shadforth on the chest, running out from half forward. He chips it over the top, just too far, and Mitch Taylor read it beautifully. His kicks puts his teammate under plenty of pressure, but McLean's good enough to get it at ground level. Hand passes inboard, and now Wanderers running out of defence through Davidson, gets it out wide. He gets the ball back by hand now and kicks chip pass into Motlop at half forward. Jerome Motlop plays on straight away, kicks long to the top of the goal square. It's a one-on-one contest down there. Good defensive work by the Palmerston defender Jamie Ewell. Got a fist to the ball and saw it through for a behind, and they play on quickly, bringing out straight up the middle of the ground to Bailey Young now. Chip it out wide to Hams. Hams hits Shadforth at half back, and Shadforth will go back to Hams inboard. So he takes a mark, took a step to play on, was allowed to go back, and now he goes short again to Bailey Young. So Young looking at options. Grandstand wing has the big fella Driscoll on the lead. The ball gets to him, but just couldn't hold the mark under a bit of pressure. Gets a kick forward now, and clever work by Riley Lewis. Gets it across to Philip Wills. Wills goes long, looking for Petula, but just spilt the mark on that occasion, and coming in to tidy up for Wanderers was King. Got it out to Braden McLean, and he wasn't able to keep the ball in play, and it's gone out over the boundary line for a throw-in. Yeah, an unusual miss there from Petula. He's been doing a bit of ruck work, and he looks like he's a little bit gassed as he goes in for this ruck contest.
No, you're right. Been very sure with his hands all day, except for that occasion.
So he wins this hit out, and clever work, and Palmerston now get the ball in forward. Big Taylor gets his hands to the ball, couldn't take the mark. It spills to the back. Here's a chance for Fuller, but he gets bundled over the boundary line. It'll be a throw-in once again.
Yeah, so they're within reach, Palmerston, but it's late in the third quarter. They really need a goal before the last quarter begins, you would think.
They've got it in the right area. They've just got to get their hands on the ball. There's plenty of Wanderers defenders around it as the boundary throwing comes in, slips over the back. Clee gets a quick kick out of the traffic out wide towards the boundary line. And again, that one's punched over. And it'll be a boundary throw-in once again as the ball's gone over the fence. So there'll just be a bit of a delay here while we wait for it to come back. There is a spectator out there, so doing the right thing and jogging around to pick up the ball. Sometimes there's not a spectator for about 400 metres around that side, Gray.
That's right. It means players are jumping fences, which always worries me. But I guess that's the way it is here with the arena fully fenced.
So from the throw-in, Petula wins the hit out, but not to advantage at ground level. Wanderers trying to work it out. A quick kick forward, and the mark's been taken in front by Petula, who worked forward from that ruck contest, got on the end of the quick kick in, and he's deep in that pocket, and he'll be kicking from about 40 metres, you would think, on the outer side. 22 minutes into this final quarter, so as Gray said before, 19-point margin. It's be crucial for Palmerston to get a goal on the board late here. Petula comes in now. Kick looks pretty good, but he's dragged it way to the left. It's out of bounds on the full. It did look all right, didn't it, off the boot?
Off the boot, yeah, but obviously the direction finder was a bit short, or wasn't working.
So Wanderers chipping it around in the back half. Braden McLean takes the mark and just slows things down.
Almost 23 minutes gone now.
Called to play on. Kicks wide to the outer side of the ground. And a nice mark taken out there. And Palmerston looking to bring the ball back in again. That's a good kick into space at half forward, but just slid underneath it there, Kane Fuller, and Mitch Taylor at ground level battling hard. Eventually gets a hand pass forward. He's done really well there in traffic, and Totham will clear it out of defence for Wanderers. Davey straight off the bench got to it, but couldn't hold the mark, and now it's White who picks it up for Wanderers. His kicks off the side of the boot, going across the ground, working back in defence. A good mark taken by Adam Parry, and he switches the ball back to grandstand side, and he finds Rust. Rust takes a step, plays on, chips back inboard to Hams. Hams switches to the outer side of the ground, and now Palmerston looking to build again as Parry delivers to Bailey Young just at the back edge of the centre square. As Palmerston look to go forward again, they're going wide, and the siren beats them. So in the end, it was just a 2-goal-to-1 quarter, Gray, and Palmerston managed to stretch their lead. The Wanderers managed to stretch their lead, sorry. And
it is three-quarter time, as Stewie said. It's Wanderers leading now by 19 points, 9-6-60 to 6-5-41. And we'll be back very shortly with the continuation of the Palmerston Wanderers Premier League clash.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Territorians go a long way for one another.
So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we are here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away.
Get a quote today.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
And welcome back to Marara, where Stewie Davies are going to take us into the last quarter with Wanderers leading by 19 points.
Yeah, Palmerston with the work to do in this last quarter. Not out of reach, but they need to get their skates on, you think. Need some clean possession out of the middle as Fuller gets another hit out, but just can't get it to advantage. So Wanderers happy to just wrap it up in the middle of the ground at the moment. as we go again. And Fuller thumps it forward. Shadforth runs onto it, gets a hand pass back. Oh, Young just spilt it there, and now gets it back to Wharf. Wharf on the left foot goes straight down the middle of the ground in the marking contest. Just bounced off the chest there, and Wanderers work it through the hands. McMurray running out of defence, gets caught there, but manages to get the hand pass out. Quick kick forward by McConnell for Palmerston, but well read in defence by Ankin Lewis, and he'll steady things for Wanderers as he kicks to the outer side of the ground, and they just work it around that outer half-back flank, and Clee on the end of this one directing traffic after he takes the mark, suggesting he's going to go long, and he does just that. Ball just spilt there, and now the hand pass comes back. A chance for Smith once again on the left foot, kicks high down towards half forward, punched away from behind at ground level. It's picked up by King, hand passes inboard, and but it's loose across half forward there for Wanderers. Palmerston trying to work it out of defence. Lampton comes in, picks up now. He gets a quick kick away. Driscoll slips through his hands. Mitch Taylor waiting behind, calling for a player to lead to him, but it's out in front, and Philip Wills takes the mark ahead of Motlop. Hand passes back inboard. Young chips the ball to half back, and Palmerston just settling things again as Ashton Hams gets the ball in his hands. He chips short here to Lampton. Lampton short again, and McConnell, well, that's a wobbly kick. It's a dangerous one, but some good work down there by Ewell this time. Drilled it straight up to half forward, but just fell short of his intended target, and that was enough to allow the Wanderers defenders to come in and wrap it up, and we'll have a ball up at the front edge of the centre square in Palmerston's forward half. But Clee at ground level taps it out to the advantage of King. He sweeps the hand pass backwards, and now Wanderers going forward again. The punch over the top sees Patrick come in and tidy up, gets a hand pass back to Hams. Patrick got bundled over after he disposed of the ball, and but I think it's going to come back to Patrick because he'd hand passed it backwards, so there was no advantage deemed by the umpire, and Jonty Patrick will chip out wide to Hams once again.
You're right, Stewie, they've got to get a move on. The Maggies, they need probably the first 2 goals really to be in this match.
It's a nice mark on the stretch to Brandon McConnell there for Palmerston, but yeah, they're just chipping around, and Wanderers are really set up well behind the ball and just finding it hard to get it through as that kick comes out. And Edmonds on the outer side of the ground just tries to work it around, but it's touched over the boundary line. Another boundary throw in, so almost 4 minutes of this final quarter, and the ball hasn't really moved anywhere.
Yes, it's a bit of a stagnant again, with Wanderers leading by 19 points.
The 2 Fullers in ruck again, and at ground level King gets a hand pass back to Smith. Smith chips it out wide, and now a chance for Wanderers to go forward as the ball comes across here. Jerome Motlop just outreached in the contest there by Wills, punched it forward. Now receives back. He was running backwards before he took possession, and but they managed to tidy it up anyway, and now coming out to the grandstand side, Lampton takes the mark. He's got a running player forward of the ball and chips it over to Shadforth. He runs on and now ducks back inboard, tries to take on a couple. Ryan McMurray comes in and lays a strong tackle and wins the free kick. The advantage is taken as the ball comes out through the hands. Davidson out here in plenty of trouble as he tried to get past his opponent, and Riley Lure laid the tackle and is rewarded. He chips the ball inboard to Jonty Patrick. He takes a step forward now, finds a player in space inside the forward 50. That's Rust. Rust plays on now, swings towards goal. It's coming back. It's going to be close, but it's just drifted away to the right and through for a behind in the end.
Would have much preferred a goal than Palmerston. It did come back, Siri, but not enough.
Yeah, it's goals that they need, that's for sure, in what's become a reasonably low-scoring game in the second half, and Braden McLean brings the ball back in, thumps it to the outer side of the ground and finds Arbin out there, and Arbin takes the mark and again just slows things down, looking for an option, chips in short and finds Cabillo. Cabillo chips out wide, and Wanderers eventually take it forward on the outer side of the ground, and Arbin's on the end of it again.
He had heaps of the ball too, Darwin.
Kicks long down in the Brenton Motlop direction, but the kick comes back inboard, and Clee on the end of this one takes a mark just inside forward 50. It's pretty stagnant. He's looking to play on. He's got a runner outside now in Totham, and Totham comes in and takes the mark, and he'll go back and kick from about 35 metres out, pretty much directly in front.
Yes, this will almost be the silly, it thinks, through the way the Palmerston boys are going. And he's taking his time about it too, which is good to see.
So Marcus Totham comes in now, the kick's on the way, looks good, goal umpire likes it, Totham likes it, and so do his teammates. They get around and celebrate. Yeah, and as you say, Gray, that pushes the margin out to 4 goals, and really it's Palmerston don't look like stringing 4 or 5 goals together in a hurry, do they?
They've got themselves into a bit of a bind. They want to hold on to the ball, but going sideways and backwards is not going to produce results. A few hands on hips here, the Maggie players too. I think they're a bit frustrated. Wanderers have been very good down back though, all game. Except, of course, for Bullen, but although he hadn't really added to his... Patulo, sorry.
Yeah.
Who hasn't really added to his score since the first quarter. In fact, he hasn't added to his...
No, that's right.
Edmonds has probably been their most dangerous forward.
Yeah, I think so, and he's done a bit of work through the midfield as well. So from the restart, the ball's wrapped up, and it'll be a ball up again right in the middle of the ground. So at ground level, Young gets a hand pass across, tried to get it back, didn't get to him. Philip Wills coming off half back. He picks up the ball, gets tackled with it, manages to get boot to ball. Mark's been paid here, and Motlop chips it forward, and a good kick, and it's Arbin again on the end of this one. Thought about playing on inboard, and now just settling and going back. And the man on the mark is about 40 metres out, so Arbin will be kicking from just inside 50. Mitch Taylor makes a run to try and receive, but no doing, and Arbin inside 50 now, kicks long, it floats across the goal square, hands to the ball, but not taken down there by Tyson White, and just slipped through and over the boundary line, and a throw in right next to the behind post. So Wanderers threatening again here with the ball in their forward half.
Yes, not only Wanderers are Palmerston's opponent, I think the old time clock is now too.
So the quick kick comes out, Thorne pushed out of the way by Wills. Ball at ground level, it's a scramble for it at the top of the goal square, and eventually it's called for a ball up.
Really in the wrap-up for this game series, it's probably been a battle of defences.
Strong tackle there, but it's deemed to be a high tackle, and Young will take that free kick right in the defensive goal square. He's looking to go out aside, where he's got a player in a bit of space, but that space is closed down, and the ball spills to the front now. With some clever work tapping it forward, but unable to take clear possession. Lure eventually does and gets a kick forward. Here's a chance for Palmerston to go forward as Edmonds gets on the end of this one, but his pass is straight to an opponent and turned over there, and Ankin Lewis takes the mark. Hand passes outside to Braden McLean, who brings the ball back in towards half forward. Off hands, Thorne picks it up on the bounce, swings it around on the left foot, floats it down towards full forward, but no mark can be taken. And Adam Parry comes in and sees it over the boundary line for another throw in. So yeah, time ticking away from Palmerston now. Just the 1 goal in the quarter. We've gone 10 minutes. So they'd have to really rattle on.
Haven't really looked like scoring, have they, Palmerston?
Get out there from Parry, gets out to the back, and now here's a chance for Young steaming out of defence, kicks it out into space. It's a foot race, but looks like it's going to be McMurray first for Wanderers. His hand pass on the bounce finds Daniel Fuller. He goes down towards half forward and off hands. Ryan Wharf gets the hand pass out. Davey in there tries to break free from the tackle. Ball on the ground, gets a hand pass forward. Wharf just a bit untidy with his hand pass, looking for Hams there, and he's wrapped up in the tackle at ground level, and it'll be a ball up once again. A good tackle there by Marcus Totten.
Yes, they're holding firm, Wanderers, that's for sure. They're not allowing any room at all for Palmerston.
So Big Driscoll down there doing the ruck work, follows up and drills the pass to Young. Young looking to switch out wide, he does so, and out there it's Lure, who had some space but couldn't control it. Clee comes in and now robs the ball from him and has a quick bounce. Might have been lucky to get away with that one with the jumper pulled. The hand pass comes over the top, and Taylor chips it out wide. Wills drills it inboard to Edmonds. Edmonds takes the mark, plays on straight away, trying to get Palmerston going forward. His kick's good to McConnell. McConnell hand passes outside to Edmonds once again, but he's confronted with a Wanderers opponent. Tried to hand pass it back to McConnell, but he got worried out of it. And Mitch Taylor tidies up with a quick kick out of defence. Hand pass comes over the top. McMurray gets on the end of that, kicks long down towards the 50-metre line. Working his way to the front was Young. He couldn't take the mark, and now it's Palmerston who clear the ball out of defence, but again under plenty of pressure was Lure. Gets a hand pass inboard, and now Palmerston trying to work it out. They work it over to Jonty Patrick. Patrick switches inboard to Philip Wills. Wills has a runner from behind. They're going backwards instead of forwards again, Gray. But they've got some space out here with Hams kicking long. He's got Davey on the lead. It's a good kick and a good lead, and Davey takes the mark. Wheels around, really needs to move quickly, but now he's looking backwards as well. So Hams comes up. He plays on now, kicks inside forward 50. The kick was good. Mark couldn't be taken. Spills to ground. Here's a shot at goal, but Dylan Wise just couldn't bring that one back and left it out to the left and through for a behind. But Davey took the mark at half forward. His first thought was to go backwards.
That's right. Yeah. There's been very stop-start like that much of the game for the Magpies. They just haven't been consistent in delivering the ball to a forward line that has got two goal kickers in Pattullo and your mate.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they've got a couple of options. Driscoll when he's down there, and Edmonds, yeah. So
yeah, so they've been a bit disappointing that way. I'm sure on the training track during the week they'll be trying to work out some more forward options.
So Lewis for Wanderers takes a mark, kicks down towards the centre of the ground. Palmerston with the numbers down there as the ball bobbles on the ground, and Wanderers come in. It might be a free kick here with the ball wrapped in underneath. I think it's going to be. So the big fella Driscoll there just caught with the ball underneath him, and Wanderers work it through the hands now, and Motlop kicks long out wide. There's no one out there. The ball bounces just inside the boundary line, and Matthew Motlop's kick was almost a rugby league touch finder, but that'll do Wanderers at this stage of the game, you would think.
Yes, they're well in control, Stuart. Their defence is very good, and they're manning up. They're not giving Palmerston any room as they come forward again, but they're going to intercept.
Yep, it's time chopped off, and now looking to run the ball from behind. Hams receives the hand pass, kicks inboard, and Yule gets the hand pass out wide to Davey. Davey chips in short. McConnell back to Davey, who kept running. Now he drills the ball forward and finds his teammate down there in Patullo. He swings around and hits a target on the 50. It's better ball movement from Palmerston. Rust with the mark. He goes long to the goal square now. It's a one-on-one contest. Ball spills to the ground. Here's a chance for Palmerston, but just losing footing down there, and that's cost and allowed the Wanderers defenders to come in.
Desperate defence here by Wanderers. They refuse to give up late goals still, which is always a good sign.
Yeah. So a ball up right at the top of the square as Daniel Fuller wins the tap. Braden McLean works back onto it, and he's happy to just step over the goal line and rush her behind at this late stage of the game. So
Wanderers leading now by, what is it, 23 points.
As McMurray kicks inboard, and a strong mark taken in front by Marley King. No, in fact it's Daniel Clee, and looks like he's cramping a bit down there. And he just chips it back to McLean. McLean will work the ball around the outer side of the ground. McMurray's worked over there. He's had a good second half, Ryan McMurray. Got a bit of the ball off half back, and it's been pretty important. So the mark taken by Davidson. He switches inboard or through the hands, and here's a chance for Edmonds for Palmerston. He switches the hand pass back to Russ, but he was caught with the ball, and now it's Smith just pushed off as he got his kick forward, but Motlop swings around on the right. It bounces to the favour of young White down there. Tyson White on the outside of his boot kicks his third goal for the game, which is a pretty good return, and that was a good goal under some pressure. The hand pass came over the top, got it on the outside of the boot, and White's got himself another one.
Yes, a good return for the young gun, as you said. A very good junior, comes through the ranks of Wanderers. Seems to show an appetite for goals, but also a sense of position.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, some good forward craft, and he's running off for a spell here. He's got good size, and he'll if he sticks around, be a good player for Wanderers for a long time, you would think.
So that is definitely the sealer.
Yeah.
They're leading now by, 5 goals?
Just about, yeah. The best part of 5 goals is Shane Thorne comes back onto the ground, takes up his position at half forward, and the clock ticks past 17 and a half minutes. And from the rock contest, Driscoll wins the hit out, but it's Wanderers with the clearance once again. The ball bouncing out towards the boundary line here. First there is Lampton. He hand passes backwards to Wills. He goes back to Lampton, switches inboard, misses the target there, and they've gone 30 metres backwards now as Hams chips inboard to Yule. Yule looking to move the ball quickly now, gets around the player on the mark, has a bounce now, hand passes forward to Patrick. Patrick looked to hand pass, then decided not to and chipped wide again, and Keane takes the mark out here on the centre wing, and things slow down again for Palmerston. Keane kicks long down the line, but Braden McLean once again just read it beautifully and takes the intercept mark and slows things down. He's been pretty good once again, Braden McLean.
Yes, a genuine rock of Gibraltar, isn't he?
And his partner in defence down there, McMurray, drills a pass straight down the middle of the ground, and they're just chipping it around now, slowing things down.
And you're right about young McMurray. He's really worked his way into the game since half-time. Been very impressive. Only a small chap.
Yep, here he is again. He's played a fair bit of rugby league, so he's a solid small player, yeah, and can stick a tackle. Smith chips the ball back, and King switches to the outer side of the ground, finds Lewis out there. Lewis on the left chips it inboard to Cabillo. Joel Cabillo just settling things down, so Wanderers just happy to chew up the clock here, chipping the ball around as they go back to Lewis, and Lewis goes wide to the outer side of the ground. Shane Thorne's worked all the way back into defence to get himself a mark, and a kick out of defence. Oh, it goes the barrel round the outer side of the ground. Haven't seen one of them all day, and got a bit of purchase on it too. But
went as far as a wing.
At ground level, the ball comes back inside now. Running onto it was Wills, but there's a free kick off the ball here. It's going to go to Tottenham for Wanderers. He wastes no time, kicks long, but the kick's ill-directed, and chipping into mark was Jamie Ewell for Palmerston. Again, they're chipping it around and it's cut off. And now a chance for Wanderers going forward, but they're not in a hurry. They're happy to maintain possession. This one comes inside 50, and Clee, who's also had a good game, had plenty of the ball. He's worked forward, taken a mark, and he's telling everyone that he's going to have a shot for goal with the player on the mark 45 metres out.
And remembering as he lines up that this is AFL and T's coverage of the 23-24 TIO NTFL season, and we're watching Palmerston and Wanderers at TIO Stadium in round 1.
Yeah, the final throws of the game here. We're 21 minutes in, and Clee taking plenty of time over this one, as he's got a player running forward, Mitch Taylor, and again an opportunity to I think
he wants a goal, Big Mitch. I think he's had enough defending. The captain of the club too, he's entitled to it.
Yeah, I think the main objective is to run down that clock, Gray, but he's got himself a kick from just outside 50. It'll be if he gets a goal from this one, it'll be a good one.
He's certainly lining it up, but no, he's not. He's going to be short.
Yeah, so the Palmerston defender's just dropping off a bit here as Fijo gets on the end of this one, and he's a more realistic chance to kick for goal from about 10 metres closer.
A few hands on hips now, the Palmerston players. They realise the game's gone. And this is who having a shot?
Keelan Fijo. So Fijo not his best game today, and that's kicks going right to the goal line, got under it a bit, and Jonty Patrick happy to just punch that one through for a rush behind.
22 minutes gone. So, as you said, Sarah, the game's in its dying throes.
Hams to Davey, and Davey looking to chip outside to Patrick. Jonty Patrick at half-back. There's a number of leading players, but they're all pretty closely marked, so he goes long down the line as the siren goes to end the game, and Wanderers have been pretty impressive, really, holding off of Darwin. They at stages through the game, Gray, Palmerston looked like they were in the hunt, but in the end, Wanderers just too strong and able to control the ball a bit better.
No, you're right. They'll be very pleased with the win first up against an enthusiastic Palmerston side, but Palmerston side that ran out of ideas when they got into their forward line, unfortunately. And can we get some best players from Missouri before we leave?
Yeah, I thought Austin Smith was good for the first 3 quarters at least, probably fell out of it a bit in the end. Nathan Arbin was good as well. Braden McLean was terrific down back and up on the wing when he was there. I like the game of Marley King as well for Wanderers, and as we said, Ryan McMurray worked his way into the game, and Tyson White with 3 goals up forward was promising for them. For Palmerston, we liked Josh Patullo earlier, but he probably fell out of it a bit. Bailey Young came into the game. He was pretty good. I liked the big fella Michael Driscoll as well. Jamie Ewell did a bit at the back, and Philip Wills had a few touches. And I also liked Clay Shadforth in patches. He looked like he had a bit of zip, and so yeah, that's something for Palmerston to work with there. But Wanderers too strong on the day.
Yep, and that's it. That's the round 1 game between Palmerston and Wanderers, with Wanderers winning by 29 points. And we'll see you all again next week.
from Tigerland. A fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and shin. If we're behind, we never mind, we fight and win. Oh, we're